Remembering that we are good and have great value here is a daily thing. I do it in my own life, and people that are successful at their living experience do the same thing in some form or another. Because I come from where I come from, I have to work a little bit harder at it than those that have come from a relatively normal background. Life can get difficult from time to time. We all know this to be true. It can come at us at any time of the day or night, right? So it's important that while we're practicing being kind and loving, that even when things get difficult, we continue to be kind and loving. In other words, don't let the outside sources of confusion or stress infiltrate us and cause us to stop the process of becoming kind and loving as human beings. It's very important for us when we're going through difficult times or stressful times or painful times. It's extremely important for us to remember that we are still good people, very good people, and that we matter, and that we have value, and that we are capable of great love, and that we are loved by others. This is used to lessen the impact of our external circumstances. It's almost like a shock absorber for living. So we have to be careful that during this process of transformation, of being kind and loving as a human being, that we continue the process through the difficulties that life is going to present. And in my own life, I did not grow up with a shelf in my heart to remember and a place to put the loving, wonderful things that have been said to me over the years. And as a result, I might hear something, profoundly, incredibly beautiful that someone thinks about me or feels about me, and I would acknowledge it fully, and many times it would cause me to cry from joy. But after that immediate reception of this incredibly positive piece of information, it would just disappear, and I could not recall it. And so I developed a shelf in my heart where I can set these beautiful things that have been said about me or conveyed to me, and I hold them there. And so when life comes at me and things get difficult, I can pull them down off the shelf, remember the person that said it, remember for the most part what was said. This in my own life has had an incredible impact on lessening the pain and discomfort that comes along with living. So if you have no shelf in your heart for which to place the good things that people have said about you or the kindness that has been shown to you, you just simply acknowledge that these things have been said or felt about you, and you consciously place them on that imaginary shelf in your heart for safekeeping, not to be blown off or, degraded at all. And then when things get difficult, we pull them down off the shelf. We acknowledge that they were actually said to us by another human being, and this will reduce the intensity of whatever pain or discomfort we're going through. Being kind and loving through difficulties is more difficult. Yes, it is going to be more difficult. Take my word for it, it has been my massive experience that every time I continue to be kind and loving through the difficulties in my life, and I come out the other side, I am stronger, I am healthier, I am more balanced, and the next time difficulties occur, it is easier to get through. The effort that is involved with this process is completely worth it. In my own life, I've been through quite a lot, and as many of you, certainly. But on the other side of this transformation, my living experience is exceptional, and I find myself here sharing it with all of you. And so the effort that's involved during difficulties and after difficulties has to stay as consistent as we make it, because we are worth it. Our families are worth it. Our participation value while we're here is absolutely worth it. This is Keith Kayle.